This post-match report is proudly brought to you by Complete Sports Management, more footy, less admin, and Stat Guru, when numbers matter.
Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria Park. My name is Matthew Donald and the game between Fitzroy and St Mary's has just concluded with Fitzroy, who won the round one encounter with a final score of 98-55. I am here with coach of Fitzroy, Dale Williams. Dale, congratulations on the win first up. You must be pretty happy with how it went.
Yeah, no, pretty happy. It was 3 quarters of really hard fought footy. We sort of blew them out of the water in that third quarter, as you've seen. But other than that, yeah, we've probably got a little work to do. We've got a lot of new boys in our team, so just bringing them in and getting them used to playing with the guys that have been there for a few years is going to be a challenge for us.
You mentioned it was really tight for 3 quarters. Just before half-time, they'd opened up a couple of goals of a buffer, yeah. But you managed to pull it back, and you even had a 3-point lead going into half-time. How important was it to get those 2 quick goals just before half-time?
Yeah, no, super important. It really gave us that momentum for the third quarter. We talked about that, and the way we got those goals too was really, really important. It was a lot of hard running to position to create those goals, and that's what we want to do. And that really gave us that momentum, and as I said, something to talk about at half-time, that we needed to keep that going, keep that rolling.
So were there any changes that you made at half-time to swing the game further in your momentum in the third term? Yeah,
look, I think we just set up our structures a little bit different. We ran Ben Levins, our captain, off the centre-half back, so he was playing on a wing. We started running him from the centre-half back into those clearances, and that worked just about every time from every centre bounce. It worked. He was in there blocking them or creating something out of that centre. So that was really the major thing that we did, and it worked for us, and we got the resulting goals for it.
You had some very good players across the board today. 2 in particular, Alex Johnston, who was very important in the midfield. He ended up kicking 3 goals. And Harry Butterfin as well. He didn't have much of the ball, but he kicked 4 goals. And for a small forward, they must be really important goals.
Yeah, no, look, Alex is new to the club, and he's come from Preston. And yeah, no, he's a terrific athlete. Just an all-round sportsman, but he's just a great athlete, and he runs hard from centre-half forward, and that's what you want from any centre-half forward. And Harry's has only just come back after a broken hand, so from a tennis accident, so he's not allowed to play tennis anymore. But he's a brilliant ground player and brilliant around those goals, so it was good for us today.
Dale, thank you for your time and congratulations on the first up win.
Good on you, Matthew. Thanks, mate.
Dale Williams, coach of Fitzroy. We're going to cross now to Dom, who's got the coach of St Mary's.
Thanks for that, Matty. I'm now here with the St Mary's under-15 coach, Richard Todd. Richard, it's always good to be back here for round 1 at the start of the season, but unfortunately the result didn't go your way today. Just talk us through what did you guys prepare for in the pre-season leading up to round 1 in particular for today?
Well, we were really after numbers. We had an endeavour to try and get sufficient numbers that we could field the side. That was pretty much a core value for us. As we got players, we introduced them to our way, and our training was designed, as we've always had, as trying to maintain possession, kick to one another, team together, and the rest takes care of itself.
It's a good way to being Division 1, and you're still more than competitive, I believe, to have numbers and still stay in that level. I just wanted to update on young Gleeson there. He went down late in the last quarter. I think he collided with the behind post. What's the update on him?
Oh, he seemed okay. He was a bit sore. He was looking for some ice, but there's nothing major or structural that should cause too many hassles. I expect him to be up next week.
Yeah, that's good news to hear. What can you take down from today's match? What did you learn in particular?
Well, 3 things. I suppose the first thing was we were pretty unprepared for the simple reason we didn't have sufficient practice match. In fact, we only had 1 practice match, which was against a substandard side, and it was firstly didn't do us any good at all. We learnt nothing from it, and we couldn't get another practice match. So really today was our first full match. We did some match simulation, but you really need the cut and thrust of a game like today to make it work. And so we had to take this as our first practice match, and that's the essence of it. The second thing is when we started the boys off, we said they had to do a lot of running, had to get fitness, and some of them hadn't done that as well as I would have expected. And I thought we ran out of legs in the second half. And thirdly, we had to play players who were sore today because of numbers. We only had 19. One player was unwell, 2 were injured, and it told us in the end. I thought in the last quarter we just totally ran out of legs.
Yeah. Just quickly, finally, to finish up, what can you learn from today's match going into next week? What's your preparation for next week starting now?
Well, we really have to make the kids come up. Some of the new boys who played for us the first time, that'll do them good. They'll get better at it. And we've got to work on the fact that we've got to team together better. And we just didn't team together well. We didn't gel. We had players who may have second-guessed. And unfortunately, the results spoke in the second half. We just had no run. So we just got to emphasise those points that we lost today and improve on it. We can't go backwards. We've just got to go forward.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the result didn't go your way today, but regardless, Richard, we thank you for your time and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Good on you. Thanks, Dom.
Thank you. So that's Dom here signing up for Complete Sports Management. We're up and running for round 1. We hope to see you all again next week here on Complete Sports Management.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.